Trump says he didn't know his immigration rhetoric echoes Hitler. That's part of a broader pattern. Associated Press. Donald Trump has centered his unlikely rise from reality television star to one-time, and potentially future, president on the idea that he's wiser than Washington's bumbling political class, once going so far as to label himself a very stable genius, facing criticism for repeatedly harnessing rhetoric used by Adolf Hitler to argue that immigrants entering the U.S. illegally are poisoning the blood of our country. Trump insisted he had no idea that one of the world's most reviled and below are your comments. I would love to see a Jeopardy game hosted by Ken Jennings with Trump, MTG, and Lauren Boebert as co-contestants. The categories in the Jeopardy round would be about U.S. history, U.S. government, the Constitution, foreign policy, the rule of law, and how a bill becomes a law. There might be some but the $7.8 trillion in debt under DT in only 4 years, near doubling of annual budget deficit pre-pandemic, yet weak GDP growth, unemployment rate higher than the low rate he was given, a fiscal and monetary policy that would have certainly worsened the global supply chain. Wake up. Age is not the most important thing. When you vote for a president, you are not voting for just that one person. You are voting to put in place or keep in place the many important positions that keep our country running. So the choice really is which candidate will put together a staff of pay. Of course we can assume that he's lying, but in this case it doesn't matter. If he really didn't know, then it just means that he's a natural ROTC rather than an imitator. Next news. Prosecutors seek to bar Trump from injecting politics into federal election interference trial. Associated Press. Special counsel Jack Smith asked a judge on Wednesday to bar Donald Trump's lawyers from injecting politics into the former president's trial on charges that he schemed to overturn the results of the 2020 election. Smith's office told U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkan in a 20-page filing that Trump's lawyers should be prevented from raising irrelevant political issues or arguments in front of the jury, including that the prosecution against him is vindictive and selective or was coordinated. Below are your comments. As a last resort, prosecutors contacted the Impossible Missions Force to see if they could keep Trump from injecting politics into federal election interference trial. For the first time in their entire history, the team chose not to accept the mission because they knew it was hopelessly impossible. A bank robber cannot defend himself by blaming the bank's security guard for failing to stop him, prosecutors wrote. A fraud defendant cannot claim to the jury that his victims should have known better than to fall for his scheme. And the defendant cannot argue that law enforcement should have paid. I anticipate the High Court striking down anything that prevents the defense from offering other potential provocateurs as a defense. A defense always has a right to bring forward alternative suspects and question them, assuming they have evidence to support the claims. This is potentially a very good move. The only thing political about these cases is that Trump is running for a political office to avoid the charges. Next news. Betrayed is an understatement. Fake elector throws Trump team under the bus as he spills the beans. Salon. James Renner was a last-minute replacement in the fake elector scheme. Now he's cooperating with the state AG. Below are your comments. So, here's the reality of the situation. Even if all of the fake electors said that it was an illegal scheme conjured and directed by Donald Trump, and even if DJT said he ordered the fake elector scheme himself, knowing it was illegal and against the Constitution, and even if what is disconcerting about what Renner did is that he was accepting the individuals that were in authority knew what they were talking about. There is too much of that going on lately. People become experts on what they hear instead of what they know to be a fact. Let's be honest. He, like the rest, is only sorry because he got caught. That it didn't go Trump's way. That they'll be sent to prison and more than likely be barred from participating in any political activities for the rest of their lives. At his advanced age, he should have known better. I'm AH. How is it being thrown under the bus if it's factual? Trump and his cronies tried to break the law and were caught. Add it to the enormous list of indictments against him. Can we just finally get rid of the Electoral College? It's a terrible system and goes against our democracy. All voting should be a popular vote rather for president, representative or local and state seats. Why is it only the President of the U.S. gets voted in by Electoral College instead of popular? Next news. Melania Trump's absence from Trump family Christmas photo raises concerns. The blast. A new photo of the Trump family has people wondering why Melania Trump was absent from the shot. Is there trouble in paradise? It comes amid reports that she fully supports her husband, Donald Trump's re-election bid, and she plans to make more diplomatic appearances for him. Melania Trump's absence from family photo raises questions. Below are your comments. Oh, come on. Trump's legal expenses have cut into what he can pay her to show up. She has no incentive to be anywhere near him without a bigly check. Don't meet her numbers, she's not showing up. This not a marriage, it's a business arrangement. Didn't raise any concerns with me. I'd be thrilled if they all disappeared and I never had to see or hear the name again. I'm always amazed when they say she's taking care of her son. He is 17. There is not much to take care of at that age. Most young people after 12 don't want to be around their parents or need them to take care of you. Rumors where she was planning to move to Europe with son. She just renegotiated her pre-nuptial, with HA escrow account. She knows the money is going to end. She is preparing for the divorce, exit with what she can get, and to avoid arrest, prosecution she can go to her home. If she is keeping him anchored now, I can't imagine how he would be otherwise. Next news. Trump mocks Democrat for crying over husband's funeral, and not being grateful enough to him. Salon. Trump attacked Rep. Debbie Dingell on Truth Social for criticizing his "rot in hell" Christmas message. Below are your comments. Trump takes credit for everything, even when it is standing protocol. I remember when he claimed he was giving the military their first increase in 15 years, when they receive one every year. He also said that he was giving them the biggest raise ever, when in reality, by law, it's based on economy. If they put him in prison until his trials, that would make him want to have his cases move much faster, with no delays. Since he is not being held, he can continue to delay. Why hasn't the courts put him in prison by now? He's given them plenty of reasons. Yet, there are at least some who want him to beat POTUS again, and sadly for the Republicans, they think this is who is the best candidate for their party. The Republican Party is in sad shape right now. And to clarify, I am not a Democrat or affiliated with either party. I never thought it would happen, but I have a friend who by all accounts is a Trumper, and even he has gotten weary of Trump's outbursts. When I questioned him whether character is an essential quality to have in a president, he said that it was, and that his support of Trump is waning. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you like it, please thumbs up.